Welcome to the locker room. Coach Arias here. Today's message is, it's sowing season. It's sowing season. Have you ever heard the term, you reap what you sow? Well, this brings me to the thought of farmers. You know, I was looking into how farmers do their deal. I got some friends that are from the country, man, and typically a lot of them got great work ethics. So I did some research, and I seen a guy that was in the paper got interviewed, and he said these stunning fall days will be enjoyed from a seat of a tractor, combine, or truck for about 8 weeks, depending on the size of the farm and condition of the equipment. About 10 to 12 hours a day, every single day, said this farmer. When they asked him how does he handle such a successful farm. See, this brings me to life in thinking of our everyday life. So many people I come in contact with in sports or friends of mine in business, and they start sowing for a month, and they just expect to immediately come back and reap that very next month. And they get discouraged when they're working out. They don't see the benefits. They don't see the seeds that they've sown. They don't reap them that very next season. How many people in sports that they're working their butt off only to get a chance as a junior or as a senior? That whole time they've been sowing and sowing and sowing, only to have their opportunity to reap later on. Wouldn't it be crazy to be there with the farmer when he's planting all the seeds, and we look around and he's looking, and we see him peeking out the window, and he's just hollering, banging on the window, wondering why none of his stuff is growing, and he just planted everything 3 weeks ago? Wouldn't we think that person was a little crazy or cuckoo? Well, that's how I think people are when they start feeling that they should be reaping already, and they just started sowing. Anybody can reap. Everybody wants to reap. It doesn't take a huge skill set in order to reap. We can just run down there and pick up all the corn. But the energy and the blood and the sweat and everything that goes into it is all about the sowing. It's about the soil. It's about the sunlight. It's about the planting. It's about taking care of it. Anybody can go and just pluck everything up and reap, but very few pay the price in order to sow. In the Word, it says, sow sparingly, and you will reap sparingly. Sow generously, you will also reap generously. Let's go out there and sow generously so we can reap generously. We only see sometimes what happens above ground. We only see these plants growing or the finished product in stores. But think about what happens underground. How much blood, sweat, tears, how much energy and effort goes into planting that seed and taking care of it before at the end it ends up growing. Don't think when you're planting your roots, when you're planting your seeds and you're taking some lumps and it's been months or it's been years and listen, when you see people win a title fight, when you see people walk away with a college degree as a doctor, or you see people have different forms of success that's long lasting, sometimes that stuff, most of the time, that's brick by brick. Do you want to build a house full of bricks that's going to stand the test of time, or do you want to build a house full of paper that you can put up quick only to be blown away at the first storm? We have to be good sowers, not just good reapers, because anybody can reap. It's sowing season right now. Do these things, we'll be on our way to living our very best life. Thanks for joining me today in the locker room. Looking forward to seeing you all next week.
Share the inspiration. The Daily Locker Room Day by Day workbook makes a great gift. With daily messages and interactive exercises, your friends and family will most certainly live their very best life. Oh, and be sure you have one for yourself. Order today at dailylockerroom.com.